Alright, you guys, welcome back to the channel. Here for some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 DLC Pack 19 content. In the previous episode, we compared Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku to the original GT counterparts. Now today, we're going to be comparing Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Daima to the Z presets that we have over here. Now, he can obviously only transform into Super Saiyan 1 and 2. Not necessarily going to be comparing the transformations themselves, but, you know, just the overall character model, the supers, combo strings, stuff in that nature. So without further ado, please make sure to drop a like on today's video, turn on post notifications, and let's jump straight into it. Something similar to the Goku showcase, Daima Vegeta over here is only voiced with the Japanese voice audio. So they will be updating the characters later down the line with the English voiceovers, just because they recently did that with Goku Mini. So we're actually going to go ahead and transform into Super Saiyan 2. To do this proper comparison, night and day difference. What? Dude, are they making Xenoverse 3 in the backgrounds? So, first of all, Super Saiyan 4 Daima. He's 100 times larger than GT Goku, but that makes sense just because in the anime he kind of enlarged a little bit, especially around the arms area. And it is kind of hard to tell the actual character size just because he was going up against Goma. But Vegeta over here, why did they increase Vegeta's model size? Now, I'm not necessarily complaining, I'm just curious. I feel like they're kind of working on Xenoverse 3 in the background and just testing everything over here in Xenoverse 2 with the new DLCs. Maybe they're trying to upscale the character models, right? That would be interesting. So, Z Vegeta over here, I know he is slightly hunched over a little bit. He's bending his knees, but even though if he's standing upright, I don't think that would make a difference, right? He'll still be a lot shorter. Man, this is kind of cool. I'm liking the new direction that they're going. So obviously, with the older characters, do keep in mind these characters are coming from Xenoverse 1, so they're like 9+ years old, and the new DLC characters they're building from the ground up. So it's not necessarily a fair comparison, but it's just, you know, fun videos. The color scheme, right? So original one, they have the shiny dipped in oil look whenever they transform, and the new DLC characters, I think they started with Superhero Pack 2, Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, and from there on forward, you know, all the characters just look immaculate, right? So we have the color palette a bit more saturated, more vibrant, not necessarily with that shiny filter over the model. You know, everything's a lot more smoother, and the hair, right? We have more of that pale, classic Super Saiyan aesthetic from, you know, mid-Goku, Planet Namek saga, or even the Android saga. Vegeta rocked the pale Super Saiyan hair color for a short amount of time. You know, it's just more within the earlier side of the DBZ anime. And Vegeta over here, yep, more of that dark gold color palette, right? And the aura, for some reason, 3 Vegeta has a hint of blue, which is very cool, but also strange at the same time, because no one in the Dragon Ball anime ever shown the blue color scheme undergoing Super Saiyan 3. Now, Super Saiyan Rage Trunks, that's a different story. If he could ever ascend into Super Saiyan 3, then I could imagine him having the blue and gold aura, you know, just basically a stronger variation of Super Saiyan Rage. But Vegeta over here decided to be a bit different, which I respect. You know, first with the unique hair design, Super Saiyan 3, Goku, Gotenks, all the other 3 characters from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, they have the long hair variation, right? Vegeta's like, nah, let me just be different, let me be better, and create this very distinct hairstyle. Look at him, true starfish power over here. But do you see that hint of blue? I like the additional details there. Going back to the Super Saiyan Vegeta over here, yeah, just the normal electricity effect with the golden aura. I guess it would be a bit more of a fair comparison if I compare 3 Vegeta to 3 Goku, right? That would be comparing the transformation, but for this video, I guess we're just comparing the actual characters. But the size difference, that's the most noticeable one in my personal opinion, as well as the color palette. You know, everything is just better. Oh, and the facial features, dude, look at Vegeta over here. He's like twisting his neck. Kakarot, what the heck have they done to me? He's questioning his life, which is very unfortunate. And Vegeta over here just looking forward, smirking. He's like, this is the true model of Xenoverse 3. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Xenoverse 3, Super Saiyan 3, I'm just trying to point things out over here. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think. Do you think they're developing these models, just testing everything out in Xenoverse 2 for a potential Xenoverse 3? You know what I'm saying? That would be the best case scenario. But yeah, comment down below which models do you prefer, the newer ones or the older ones? I mean, people have their own preferences, right? So if you admire the older models a bit more, then that's totally fine. But me over here, the new models, top tier, man. Check that out. Yeah, dun 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 dun. You don't stand a chance anymore, puny Vegeta. Boom. I guess for now, let's just use Final Flash since they both have their own variation. So this is going to be the original one. Pretty straightforward. It consumes 3 key bars. The animation to it is still solid, don't get me wrong. But, you know, with the recent DLC characters, again, they're just amplifying the cutscenes a bit more, you know, adding the impact frames, additional camera angles with the camera shakes, stuff like that. If you really want to test your strength, stay right where you are, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Let me show you the power of a real, or even true, Final Flash. Woohoo! You see what I mean? With that additional burst right there, yeah, this Final Flash is way superior. You can tell that the startup animation is slightly different, even though it's the same technique. Look at that, with the camera angles, how he just goes directly in front of Vegeta. And listen to the sound design, very different. So with the effects, you can just tell there's a lot more added to the Daima Final Flash. I mean, just when he charges up right here, you can see the tornado spiral effects going upward right there. Dude, surrounding the character just because of the force from the energy wave. Look at that. Nothing but static and electricity. Here, that's the solid energy wave or blast, I guess. And then max power. Electricity fields surrounding the blast, and there we have it. The energy wave, I think, is the same in terms of the texture, right? But bro is emitting nothing but pure chaos right now. Electricity spewing everywhere from the energy wave. That's what we like to see, the ripple effect from the impact or the start of the blast right there. Go ahead and lower the aperture. There it is. Now we can see everything in high quality detail. Ooh, dude. I like this. They're amplifying on the electricity effect just because going back to the DBZ anime Super Vegeta when he first used Final Flash against Perfect Cell. I mean, he was charging up for like 10 whole minutes, but they were amplifying the electricity sound design in the background. I think the blast itself have this very cool electricity sound to it. It's like, I don't know how to recreate that, but you know what I mean, right? Just go ahead and rewatch that scene. It's just so cool. Now, Final Flash over here. To be fair, this is still Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, so yeah, the energy wave is not necessarily going to be emitting electricity like the Daima variation. And the texture, okay, so yeah, even the Daima variation has a different texture to it. Let's see if we can use both of them at the same time. This should be kind of cool. All right, use mine first. Or let's see if they both have the same, you know, startup time. Yeah, about the same. Wow. Oh, the Final Flash clash. Ooh, let's go all the way back this time around. So I think I'm going to have the computer over there use his Final Flash first and then me. Ooh, yep, that was a bit better right there. Go over here to the center. Oh, the texture, I guess, is the same a little bit, right? It's just the electricity that's a lot different. And, you know, the character over here, how we just have additional effects compared to classic Vegeta. It would be cool whenever Daima Vegeta's Final Flash hits another energy wave, he would still use the additional inputs, right? Because the only way to land that is if you connect the actual ultimate and if you have the additional key, right? You don't necessarily need to add an additional input or hold on to the input. If you have the extra key, then he'll just automatically use this burst right here. And that's just great stuff, if you ask me. And now let's compare the damage.
Come at me for real.
Starting things off as Z Vegeta over here, and the reason why I'm using this preset is because he can transform into Super Vegeta 2. We're just going to be using 3 different combo strings and then comparing the Final Flash damage since they both have Final Flash. So here is the square combo, also known as the lights combo, with a total damage of 3,681. Not too bad. Now for the heavy combo string, we have 3,978. I'm going to have to keep mental notes on how much damage Z Vegeta is outputting because we're going to switch over to 3 Vegeta here soon. Now the triangle square combo string. This is actually an infinite. I don't think 3 Vegeta has an infinite, so you know that might be a plus over on the Z side. But the total damage for this is 5,156. Now for the ultimate Final Flash. 12,163. Pretty impressive, you know, with Super Saiyan 2. And do keep in mind, since this is an awoken skill, he is amplifying his strength. Again, mainly towards the key-based side of things, not necessarily towards the, you know, basic damage, but it still increases his damage, basic attacks, slightly, right? You can even see the power-up icon underneath the stamina gauge. So he does get a Saiyan power boost, but for 3 Vegeta over there, he does not, because it's not, you know, something that the character can transform into. You know, he's already in the Super Saiyan 3 transformation. Let's see if the old vanilla Xenoverse 2 models can stand a chance. You know, at least stand the ground against the recent DLC characters. So here we have the lights combo string. Total damage of 3,380. Oh, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta stronger. But again, that's with the transformation boost activated, right? So should I compare base Z Vegeta against 3 Daima Vegeta? No, I think the transformation, applying that is a bit more fair. Alright, so moving forward, we have the heavy combo string with that crazy blue and golden aura. That's 3,651. Yeah, so far, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta is still stronger. Now we have the triangle square combo. I probably dropped it, to be fair. Let's try that once more. Triangle, square, triangle, square, triangle. Oh, 4,999. All right, that's very close because Z Vegeta, his triangle square was 5,156. So this is only behind by 57 points. Nothing too crazy. So the triangle square is definitely the closest. Now for Final Flash. Y'all already know this is going to be doing a lot more damage. Wow, that's interesting. So not only it's a one-shot with 27,000 damage, but the first half of Final Flash, right, before he applies the additional boost, pay attention to the damage. It sits at 12,853. Did you see that? So even if we just use the original Final Flash, let's actually deplete our key right here. It would still be a bit stronger compared to Z Vegeta's. That's interesting. It consumes 4 key bars, correct? Yeah. So this is the original Final Flash. Oh, 13,000 damage. Wow, it was a bit different there. Okay, so yeah, even if we just use the normal one, 3 Vegeta's Final Flash is stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta's Final Flash. But Z Vegeta does output a bit more strike damage, right? So this is it for today's video. Just kind of want to do this small comparison. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about the new DLC models. I think they're kind of cool. So does that mean from this point forward with DLC 20, 21, 22, will all the characters be on scale to the new Daima DLC character models? You know what I mean? It's kind of strange to think about. But yeah, this is it for today's video. Thank you guys for the immense support, and see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace!